What's good? Welcome back to the Paper Route. It's your girl Killjoy. Today I have a very special guest. We have Casey Veggies here.
What's going on?
Thank you so much for pulling up.
No problem. We here.
I was just telling you this before we hopped on, but I've been listening to you since I was in high school. Like literally, to be sitting here, I'm a little shook right now. A little shook it.
No, that's
okay?
love. That's love. I appreciate that.
It's
appreciate
dope.
that. Yeah, when I saw you the other day, I can tell you rock with the storyline of everything that's been going on. I can tell you not like no regular. You know,
Right.
you really tapped into the movement and what's going on. I appreciate that.
Facts.
Yeah.
Like being from Cali, like you can't be tapped in and not know who Casey Veggies is. You know, like even just around the U.S., like you should know what's going on.
It's worldwide for sure.
Worldwide, period.
Yeah.
International,
Yeah.
like peas and carrots. Be international with it.
For sure.
So I'm gonna tap in. I know a little bit about your story, but I want you to start from the. If you could start from the womb, I would tell you to start there, but we're not gonna do that. But I want you to start from the jump. Like, who was you before Casey Veggies?
Yeah, I was playing basketball, young kid from LA.
Okay.
I grew up in Inglewood, California.
Okay.
Just from all sides of LA, and just knew a lot of people growing up, playing at the park, playing flag football, you know what I'm saying? Just knowing a lot of people. I even tell you, I met like Dom Kennedy, Nipsey Hussle when I was like 15, 16, growing up in LA, like just on some like I was almost like a fan of Dom before I even met bro, like what he was doing musically. And I just was coming up, young kid, and by the time I was like 10, 11, I was skateboarding.
Okay.
I got into the skateboard culture and all that, and you know what I'm saying, I was going to John Burroughs Middle School right there, like in Mid-City.
Okay.
So I adapted to like the whole new scene, you know, what was going on, because I grew up in Inglewood, so I was really on that side of town most of the time. But
So how was it growing up in Inglewood? Like you was in like middle school, like 15, 16, growing up in Inglewood.
Yeah.
People make it seem like the wood is like a territory that you cannot survive. Like,
Yeah.
how was that?
I mean, it was like ups and downs. It was good and bad. Like, you know, like a couple people that I know, like, that lived in my building got shot at and got killed down the street. But things was happening, but like, it was also a lot of positive too. Like, it was a lot of good energy. Like, it wasn't just like, it wasn't just like bad vibes, you know. Even with South Central, South LA, like, it can get, you know, bad over there. It can get bad in Compton sometimes. But I feel like with LA, it's a lot of good vibes too. You know what I'm saying? Even growing
definitely.
up, like, it was bad, like, I would say, like, in 2000 and all the years before, like, '05, it was, like, even worse. But, like, LA started turning into, like, more of a peaceful vibe. Like, people doing different things. Not everybody's just on negativity.
shooting.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool. Like, I used to, get approached by certain people, like, gang members on the way home from school and shit like that.
What?
It wasn't nothing, like, serious, you know what I'm saying?
Yo,
They're like, they just want to know where you from. They want to ask you a question or whatever. But it ain't nothing, like that. But you can get by.
So growing up was your, like, I don't know, who'd you grow up with, your mom or?
With my mom and my dad. Yep.
Okay.
They both played a big role coming up. My dad had me in sports heavy. I used to play basketball heavy, all from like 5 years old, all the way up.
He was trying to make you a hooper.
Yeah, he wanted me to be in the NBA for sure. He wanted me to go D1 college and play in the NBA for sure. But I was cool with it. I had some skills, but I think the music just kind of took over. So by the time, I was like 14 when I met Tyler, the Creator.
Okay.
A lot of artists I was working with, and I dropped my first mixtape. Like, first year going into 9th grade in high school, I dropped my first tape.
Wow.
On MySpace.com, like
MySpace.
on the internet, on the little internet sites, like I was just getting it going. And then from there, we just kept going, kept grinding. I was playing basketball, rapping at the same time, doing both, you know what I'm saying? Me and Tyler was working on music. I was meeting a lot of other dope artists in LA that I was working with and doing different stuff. And then every year I would come with a new mixtape. So I had like a series called Customized Greatly.
Yes.
That's what started everything. And once I dropped that, 9th grade, it had a little buzz in the city, you know what I'm saying? And then by the time I dropped Volume 2, like a year later, I was in 10th grade. Dropped that, and then people started really like taking notice a little bit. And then right after that, I did an album called Sleeping in Class, and I think that's when like I was in high school.
Yeah.
I shot that album cover in D Smoke classroom.
Oh wow.
Yeah, D Smoke was my Spanish teacher at
No
Inglewood
way.
High. Yep.
That's crazy because
Yeah.
like he's really a Spanish teacher. Like
He was doing it for like a couple of years in his program through UCLA because he was young like at the time, but he was teaching like at a young age. Like
wow.
yeah, he was advanced with it. But like bro definitely taught me a lot of Spanish. That shit was crazy. Like he was a great teacher for sure.
Did you know he was gonna like jump into rapping or not really?
I mean, he always did music. Like he was always producing, you know what I'm saying, writing music. And he had even he wrote a song for Jaheim
Okay.
during that time. Like he did a Never, or like one of the Jaheim's biggest songs. Like D Smoke he played a part in it. He was already producing and writing at the time. And then he was just like doing the teaching thing. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Music was his passion.
Yeah.
It was super dope to see like him take it from that and actually go win that show.
Yeah.
And then take it to a whole nother level.
That's
like
so dope.
it was a whole story. Like me and him got a song out right now from when I was in high school.
Wow.
When I was in his class, we did a song together.
What?
Yeah.
Is that even allowed for real? Like in school? Like, all
That's
right,
what he
like
used to
link
say.
up with me after.
He used to be like, bro, like you my only student that, like we like homies. It's
Right.
weird. He like, you one of my only students that we hang out. Like I came to his house, like to his crib to work on music on the weekends. It ain't against the law or nothing, but it's dope that a teacher can like extend more than just like the classroom. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And, like actually like tap into a student or what he got going on. So he used to tell me like, bro, I see what you doing. Like he saw my whole vision, you know what I'm saying, at a young age. That's dope. Shout out my boy D Smoke.
I'm guessing you got an A in that class. Like you better have.
Yeah.
Like I made a song with you.
Yeah.
Pass me.
Yeah, but he didn't give me an easy A. I had to work for that for sure.
No, I'm already knowing. So then you was in high school, chilling. You in LA. So you wasn't going by Casey at that time, was you? Or were you?
Yeah, that's my name. Yeah, I was going by Casey.
You were.
Yep.
Okay,
always.
You didn't have another stage name.
Yeah. Just young kid playing basketball. I was always like kind of popular with everybody. Like we all had homies. Like, you know what I'm saying? We had this clique called Priceless. When we was growing up, it was like a bunch of cliques in LA. Everybody used to get dressed, put on the hats, like rep your little clique and go out to the movies and hang out. Everybody used to be doing that. So that's what we was doing back when I was like 15.
Okay.
Like 14, 15. And then from there, it's just like, I just started meeting like all my older homies. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's when we started Peas and Carrots and like all that stuff just started coming together back then.
At that time, we was also jerking. I know you remember jerking. Was you jerking at this time? I want to really picture you.
I mean, YG he was going up. Like he had the dance party scene on lock. Like back then, like YG, he was like the first artist that got signed like around my era. Like, he had a deal when I was still in high school, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, like it was a lot of jerk music that was coming out of LA. On top of that, it was dope. It was good, some hit songs. But I always like was that young artist from LA that was trying to like push a different sound.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I was on like a whole nother wave, and I think people took notice of that. You know what I'm saying? Like even in 10th grade when I dropped Sleeping in Class, like I was dropping more musical, like real rap projects. And, you know, people start to hit me up, like even like Mac Miller, like he reached out to me when I was in 10th grade. Right after he heard that album, he like, bro, this album crazy. Like, I want to bring you on tour.
Wow.
So a lot of people don't know that, but I went on a 2-week West Coast tour with Mac Miller when I was in 11th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, like around 11th, 12th grade. He brought me on tour. He like, bro, I want to bring you on a West Coast run I'm doing. And then I did that. And then after that, he like, bro, this tour was crazy. Like, I want to bring you on another tour. So by the time I graduated 12th grade, in 12th grade, Jay-Z had flew me to New York that same year. I missed like 4 days of school. I missed 2 weeks going on tour with Mac Miller at school.
Wow.
And then right after high school, Mac Miller brought me on a worldwide tour, 3 months, all around the U.S. It was 66 shows. So this is literally like the same month I graduated high school, I was going on tour with Mac Miller.
So you was a pop, and you was the one that Casey is never in school because he's outside traveling the world.
No, I mean, luckily the principal, shout out Miss Tate, she gave me that pass. Like, damn, you doing your thing. You know what I'm saying? You actually chasing a career. So she used to sign off on my slips so I could leave school for like 2 weeks. So yeah, if you a student and you chasing a dream, it's crazy. But your principal will definitely back that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they got to.
That was special for sure.
That's dope. So Mac tapped in with you, and how'd that come across? Like, did he hit you on like Facebook or something, or like MySpace?
He hit me on Twitter.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
Twitter.
he
Okay.
DM'd me on Twitter like, bro, the Sleeping Class album's fire. And I looked, I'm like tapping in. I'm like, damn, Mac Miller. Like, I hadn't really been super hip, but when he hit me up, I started doing my homework. I'm like, damn, this kid, he dope. Like, you know what I'm saying? He had a project, Kids Out or something like that. And that shit was dope. And I was seeing what he was doing. And once we linked up, like, it was his history. Like, we was like brothers for sure. Like, he ended up linking up with Tyler, the Creator, Our Future, like Schoolboy Q. He linked up with all them, like, after me and him met. Like, he didn't really know no artists from LA yet. He was still, like, meeting people, you know what I'm saying? Like, and getting his feet wet. And, yeah, it was a dope time, though, for sure.
No, that's dope. You got Mac Miller hitting you. You're in 10th grade, 11th grade. Then you got Jay-Z. Like, I would probably pass out. How was that moment? Did his reps call you, call your reps?
Yeah, because actually it's funny. Q-Tip actually reached out before Jay-Z. Q-Tip from Tribe Called Quest. He was doing a record label at the time. I was like I was like 17, 18. But he reached out through my boy Rich. And Rich, he worked with Kevin Durant now. Like, through Rock Nation Sports, all that. He don't even do the music no more. So it's a whole like story to this how I met Jay-Z. But like literally Q-Tip wanted to sign me to his label. But then I guess like he didn't end up doing, the label didn't go through, like, you know what I'm saying, the business that he was trying to work out, the deal or whatever. So Rich ended up reaching back out like, yo, yeah, like the things ain't really, Q-Tip not doing the deal right now with like for his label. But he like, Jay-Z want to meet you though. Like, he like, Jay-Z been hearing about you, he heard your music. He want to meet you.
That's dope.
And then they flew me out to New York to the Mercer Hotel in Soho. Kanye and Jay-Z, they was working on Watch the Throne. Kanye wasn't there though, but Jay was like going through the songs on Watch the Throne. And he was playing me the songs on Watch the Throne. Like, he played me like 3 songs. He asked me to play him some music.
Oh, that's dope.
I played him like 3 songs.
Okay.
So we in there chopping it up. They turned the whole floor of the hotel into a studio.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy. They rented out like a couple floors and they worked on the album in Soho. So I was like, that's crazy, like how they did it. But yeah, I played him a few songs and he was like impressed, like he was feeling it. I played him this song, I Be Over Shit, that Hit Boy made for me. This is like years back. Hit Boy did this song and I played him that. He like, this dope. He was like, I Be Over Shit. He started rapping. Then he heard this other song I played him called like Hear Me Screaming. It's on Sleeping in Class.
Okay.
And he like, damn. He like, bro, that verse you just spit like about your grand. It was a whole verse on the 3rd verse, like about my grandma. Like every verse was about like a different subject. But on the 3rd verse, I did a verse about my grandma, like rest in peace. You feel me? I was just like telling a story about her. He heard it. He like, bro, that verse was crazy. Like he paid homage to the verse, and I was like, that's crazy. Like I'm sitting here with Jay-Z,
going through my verses.
and he telling me like, bro, that verse was crazy, and I'm like, that's crazy. Like it was just surreal. Like I was 18 years old at the time, but yeah, it was a dope vibe, a dope like inspiration for me. He asked me like, what's your story, and you know, he just wanted to know more about me, and I'm like, that's dope. Like he in tune with what's the story of an artist, like not just like your music and your pictures you post and the clothes you wear. Like, you know, he more into like what's your real story, like where you come from, like how you asked me, like where did it start at? Like, that's what it's really all about. You know what I'm saying? And a real artist out here, they gonna know that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And music has changed so much. Like I know you've seen it like go from where you can put a song on your MySpace page and, you know, buy a CD to now it's just like, it's all about streams. Not even if you're buying the project anymore. And it's just about like who's listening to it. Like, how do you feel music has changed over time?
Yeah, the game did change a little bit with streaming. Like, I remember it wasn't even no Instagram like that. Like, no Instagram. Like, everything is more accessible. Like, people can see everything. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was more like of a mystique back then. You know, it was album sales. So, yeah, it's just a little different. But I think it's also, like, different in a good way for artists, like, especially independent artists. So that's dope that you could really start from nothing and not have no label and literally just sign up on the internet and just blow up. You know what I'm saying? So that's the dopest thing about it, I think.
Now, since you have been like independent and also you were signed to Epic, right? In Rock Nation as well.
Yeah.
How was that being signed as an artist, young, out here in LA? Like how was that?
I just was like moving fast through it. Like, I didn't even get a chance. I be telling people I didn't even get a chance to like soak it in. Like everything was happening so fast. Like I went on tour, like it was 3 months. Got back from tour, signed the deal. everything just was like speed of light. But it was fun, you know what I'm saying? It was definitely fun. Uh, it's been a good journey for sure. A lot of learning experiences. Um, Being young in that position is
Yeah.
definitely you gonna bump your head for sure.
Definitely.
Like you definitely gonna you gonna bump your head sometimes. You gotta have a good team around you. You know what I'm saying? And I had some good people that was helping me, and I just I learned some good lessons, learned some bad lessons, and I
Yeah.
had to just keep running from there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I think it was dope. Like for me to drop my first album, Live and Grow, at 21 years old through a major label.
That's
I
fire.
thought that was a big accomplishment. Like,
Definitely.
because a lot of artists get shelved and they don't even get an album out. Like, if you don't got enough hits or you ain't doing enough streams, they not even gonna put no money into your album. So it's like the fact that they believed in it, you know what I'm saying? And I had enough, you know, my wave was big enough that they, you know, it was going crazy. It was dope. It was a dope time.
Why do you feel like they shelf artists? Like,
Um,
what is the
just
purpose
not
of like?
believing.
Okay.
You know, they have their like thought or their clue of what they feel a hit song is, or
Yeah.
they feel like a song that's gonna be big or gonna sell a lot of records, but they kind of lose track in like the artist development side, or like the what's the real like some artists, it ain't about just one song. Like, you know, they gonna speak volumes like a J. Cole, like it's more about the body of work, like
Yeah.
the message, you know what I'm saying? So this is certain people they're not ready to believe or take a chance. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At this moment, are you signed? Are you independent?
Yeah, I just I did a deal, I dropped a project, but I'm independent right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you feel like? Would you want to get back signed? Or are you just kind of enjoying your time right now, making your music?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm figuring it out right now. I'm about to drop a new project. Working on some new companies, like partnerships with a couple people, and figuring out how I want to like do it. But I'm really just focused on my team, like building my stuff. I got my clothing line, like I got like my entertainment type label, Peas and Carrots International. Like it's really like a brand, like just that I've been pushing since I was young. So I got that going. I got some new stuff I'm working on, but I'm definitely open to it. But you know, we just building. I got finishing my music up, getting everything mixed. So we just figuring it out.
Okay, well, you know this is Paper Route, so we got to talk about money. Did you ever have a 9 to 5?
Yeah.
It doesn't seem like you have, but
That's funny. I've never worked a real job before, but I definitely worked at my dad's restaurant.
oh, he has a restaurant?
He had a restaurant
Okay.
when I was young. I was like 13, 14, 15. I worked there for a few years. It's called the Musical Chicken Grill. It was.
Oh, that's dope.
It was like in the hood, like in South LA, kind of. But it was a vibe. Like it was grilled chicken. It was good.
Okay.
We gonna bring it back too, for sure.
Definitely got to bring that
But
back.
like that's the only job I had, which I appreciated that. It taught me a lot because I never like clocked in, but you know what I'm saying? But I respect and appreciate people that had to clock in or had to work a regular job. But I was just like blessed enough to know what I wanted to do when I was young. So I just jumped straight into the music.
Definitely. So as now, we're still in COVID right now. How do you make money as an artist during pandemics like this? Because you never know, this might happen again. And this is a good lesson of learning, like, as an artist and whatever you do, if you're an entrepreneur, like how to make money and stay on top of things like this in case they happen.
I think it's just like knowing your business, like knowing it's more than just the music. You got to understand the business, and like just trying to like making sure you own your masters and like understand your publishing. You got all your splits figured out to where you always getting your publishing money no matter what. Even if the show slow up, even if whatever, you got other stuff going. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like jumping in other avenues because we not just rappers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We bigger than that. Like we brand, so you gotta like push yourself as a brand for sure.
Talk to me about your brand, Peas and Carrots International. Like, tell me about it. How did you come up with that name? How did you like see the vision for that?
Yeah. Me and the homies came up with that when I was like around like 13, 14.
Okay.
And it started just from like the whole streetwear culture that was going on in Fairfax and the whole Fairfax scene. You know, Supreme and like all the skateboard shit that was going on. Diamond Supply Company, like Huff, Crooks and Castles, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to pay homage to some of the real ones. Fresh Jive, like, Hall of Fame, you know, shout out my boy Arson. So, like, yeah, like, just like, we grew up in that, like, being 13, you know, a couple of the homies, you know, they was doing their thing in that culture. My boy Anwar, he was doing his thing like in the fashion
More
world.
carrots.
Yeah, he doing his thing. We haven't really worked together in a while, you know what I'm saying? But we built something special at that time, like just tapping into the skateboard culture, the streetwear culture, and just like all the kids it was a whole scene that was emerging. Like it was a special thing going on, like where kids were starting to skateboard and
Yep.
you know what I'm saying, like Pharrell, like people like Pharrell
Yep.
inspired that wave, like Kanye, like that real streetwear fly shit, but like still on some street shit too. Like
Yep.
it's like a joint thing. That's why Supreme got so big because it's something for everybody.
Yep.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But that's kind of what
That's
Peas
the
and
key.
Carrots, like that was the inspiration behind like Peas and Carrots, like the young kids and stuff like that. And it just turned into like a big brand. We created the logo. We had a couple people like custom design our logos, and like my Casey Veggies logo that I use is my same logo that I started off with. And my homie Matt, he hand drew it. So a lot of these designs we came up with when we was young. Like we got our own custom camouflage that people like went crazy about, and we was doing sales like all around the world. Like the brand started blowing up crazy, and then we had a store on Beverly in Edinburgh, like right by the Beverly Center, for like 5 years.
That's
So
dope.
when I was like 20, 21, I had my own store. We was booming, like everything was going crazy. And the building got bought out by like a health food store, so we had to like close the store down. And then we went back online with everything. And then, me and the homies kind of had some differences. We kind of split up business-wise. And then I started, like, falling back from clothes, and I was just focused on music. And then now I'm, like, we back about to drop, like, a bunch of crazy shit, so.
I want to talk about your experience being a part of a group like All Future.
Yeah, we was young, just, grinding, just out there. Everybody was on their own path. We was skateboarding, doing music, being creative, like, and, I met Tyler. And back when I was like 14, and he had moved to LA from Sacramento.
Oh, I didn't know he's from Sac.
I don't think he's from Sac.
Oh, okay.
He just was living out there with his mom and stuff. But yeah, he was out there growing up. But yeah, we linked up, and I didn't even bro didn't even have Our Future. Like, it wasn't even a group yet. It was a magazine. He had a magazine idea, and we was just chopping it up about music and shit. We started working on the first Our Future tape, Volume 1.
Yep.
But when we was working on it, it wasn't like planned or nothing. It was just like we was just young, just being creative, just having fun.
Yeah.
I had found us another little studio to work at the time, and we was doing some songs there. We would go back to the other studio and get it in. And sometime I'd go to Tyler's house, to his grandma's house where he was living at, like right down the street from my house.
Oh, dope.
That's when we started really linking up, because he literally moved like down the street from me. And then we just started doing music. We'll record like on the MacBook mic, like into the computer. Like we didn't have no microphone or nothing. So on the Our Future tape, you'll hear like some of the songs, they sound like a little gritty.
Yeah.
We was just grinding, like we was just having fun with it. And Tyler knew how to put the effects on it to make it sound like, still sound good. You know
That's
what I'm saying?
I like though about like the music back then. Just it felt like I'm right here making it with y'all. Like that's dope.
It was just a natural thing. And then, everybody was, all the members came around, like everybody was already down, like Damo, Haji,
Yep.
Left Brain, Super 3, Taco, everybody was already rocking. And yeah, we dropped the Our Future tape Volume 1.
Yep.
So, and it's funny because Tyler, he's such a genius. He never even necessarily said something to me like, yo, we gonna drop this tape. It's gonna be like a group thing. Like, he just did it like on some ideas he had, he just came up with.
Yeah.
And just put it together. Like, nobody really knew what it was.
Yeah. Like,
and then it went from being like a magazine idea to like a group idea. And then we was doing a lot of music. And I guess I'm like one of the only members that kind of like branched off and had my own shit, like my own brand.
Yep.
Like my own like label, I guess you could say. But like I definitely consider myself Our Future no matter what, though.
Yep.
For sure, like, we always, that time was like a special moment in rap for sure. Like, what Tyler did, that energy he brought, and the energy, that we had on that album, and like a few of his albums, like past that, like Bastard and Wolf, all that, like it was definitely like groundbreaking, like pushing the bar in the rap game for sure. And I think what he did was dope. And yeah, Our Future, it was creative. It was like a creative ass group of people that was just like trying to be different. Not trying to be different, but we was all different.
Yep.
In our own way. And I think people took notice of that for sure.
Oh, that's dope. Like being a part of a group, and it's really hard to kind of like make yourself stand out. But for you, like you and Tyler definitely were you stood out. You were able to branch off and make a whole career for yourself.
I think Tyler was mad at me that I didn't stay fully odd future. I think he had some plans for me on the side. I was doing my own thing. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing personal.
Yeah.
But we been rocking. Like I was on his albums and he was on my album, my first album. Like, you know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna get back to it though for sure.
Do you feel like LA music now is different? It's like a whole new generation. We have like the Blast and the OGZs and the Rembles.
They going crazy.
Like, how do you feel like being from LA? Have you seen some of these people like come up? Do you support any upcoming talent?
Yeah, Blast, Bino, all the Shoreline, they started going crazy. They caught a crazy wave.
Yeah.
It's a few new artists as well, other than them, that caught a wave in LA. Blue Bucks Clan, like, we got some dope artists. I think it started like with that first like resurgence of like artists like Kendrick Lamar, like Dom Kennedy, Nipsey, me, Overdose. Like it was a lot of artists coming out Scheme. So we kind of like broke the door down a little bit, and then that's how it is. Just like other artists broke the door down for us.
Yep.
We kind of had to come and create a new scene and open lanes up for other people. So that's just like a never-ending cycle.
Do you plan on ever opening up your own label? Like, I don't know if you have any artists that you specifically would, try to make them come up.
Like, I got Peas and Carrots, which is like more my brand. I got a couple other, like a company that I'm working on right now that I want to like more focus on signing artists and producers. But like, I'm more focused on my stuff right now. Like, I'm about to like go crazy with the music. So I'm really more focused on like what I'm about to do.
Yep.
But I definitely got a lot of plans to sign a couple artists. Like I already got my crew. Like PNC is more like a crew. Like I got artists that right now that I'm rocking with that's basically could sign me right now. But it's more like some homie, like family type shit. Like if we been rocking and we naturally homies, like we gonna do music regardless. So, we gonna build from that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
So I see you have this rug right here. I know you're dropping some new stuff.
Yeah.
So let's show the people because this is super dope.
Yeah. Shout out Navi Rugs. Shout out the company, USA. I did a collaboration with them with this rug. We did a whole collab. That's one of the shirts right there too, as well with the company. And this is new rug we gonna drop this week. It's dropping this week.
Dope.
You see that good material, you can lay on it.
Oh yeah, it feels so soft. I'm like, I
you
can just
lay on it.
This.
You know what I'm saying? So it's a vibe. We got a couple different colorways. It's gonna drop this week on the website pncinternational.com, or you can go to caseyveggies.com. So yeah, Peas and Carrots, the new rug. It's a little collab we just did.
I love it.
It's gonna be viral though. It's a movie.
Rugs are dope right now. Rugs are in. Like
I always wanted to make a rug. We haven't made any rugs really for Peas and Carrots, so this would be a good start for that.
Yeah, put it in your house, put it in your car, put it wherever you want to put it.
I got one in my room right now.
That's dope. Yeah. So on this show, I love to manifest whatever it is that you want to work towards. So what's some of your manifestations of things that you see yourself doing in 2022? Twister, 222.
Being in a position like to have like a lot more ownership of different things, music, properties, different things like that. And then I want to have like, I'm working like, I want like a dream world, like compound, like something that people can be creative at, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to put something like that together. And then I want to be in a position just to like, help other people, like put other people in position, and when you really winning, you can help others, you know what I'm saying? So, I just want to be in that type of position.
Okay. So when are we going to get some new music? Because I know that's what everybody wants to know. I want some new music, so.
I dropped CG5, Customized Greatly Volume 5. It came out like 6-7 months ago.
Okay.
People, it went over a few people's head, but people was tapped in. So I think now they ready regardless. They ready. People ready for some new, my fans, they ready for some new music. They be on my head like, when you dropping? I be going to the store, I see somebody, they'll be like, bro, when you gonna drop something else? So I know it's in demand, so now I'm about to just, give it to them on a silver platter though.
Okay, here, give it to, feed us. Yeah. Casey, feed us.
For sure.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for pulling up. I want you to tell the people where they can tap in with you, Instagram, shop with him, all of that.
Yeah, Sersky. Shout out Paper Route Podcast. We in the building. It's Young Casey Veggies. Tap in with me on Twitter, Instagram, CASEY, Veggies. You know how to spell that. And tap in on my website, caseyveggies.com. We got a lot of stuff on the way. A lot of stuff on my clothing line, you know what I'm saying, the album. New album's going crazy.
Yes.
I got 2 projects that I'm working on right now. They both insane. Then I got a lot of other stuff up my sleeve, too.
Any collabs that you can, like, drop a little hint?
I got a couple collabs. You know, got a couple collabs. I'm about to drop this unreleased 03 Greedo shit I got.
Okay,
Shout out my
03.
boy.
Free
Shout out my
03.
boy 03, you dig? I got a couple other, you know, collabs I'm working on. A couple people, a couple big artists I just talked to that, you know, we putting some shit together.
Well, I'm excited. I'm excited. Can't wait for the new music. Y'all, it's your girl Killjoy. Thank you for tapping into the paper route. Thank you, Casey. Until next time, guys. We gotta do a little handshake. We gotta get us a little handshake. Yeah, like a little secret. You already know. All right, y'all. It's the paper route.